Hello, good afternoon. This is milestone 2, where where we have the topics ready in Kafka. The data is being inserted using a producer, and then we designed a couple of consumers which will subscribe to the topic and pull the data out of Kafka topic and store it in the database. So let's go here. This is the Kafka producer. In this section, we are sending data from the CSV file into Kafka topics. So here you can see this is the address of the CSV file, and the scanner. This is storing each of the lines. So every row is being stored, including the commas. So every row of the CSV file is being stored using this while loop here. I'm using a very shorter format of data, of the bigger data, in order to get this to work. But just for the sake of the video, to make it shorter, this is the reason. But it can do with the whole file. Here, this is in this part, the connection is being set up with the Bootstrap server through port 9092. The serializer, we need to use the serializer in order to send the data into Kafka Producer, into the Kafka topic. When we will pull the data out of the topic, we will use deserializer. So here, this is the value is getting serialized. So when you're sending the data, it would be a serialized data in order to store it in Kafka topic. So here the topic name is channel 1, and then in data, the each of that line from the test 19 CSV file is being stored. So here we go. The data is being sent using this, and now here comes our test consumer. So the consumer, okay, so here in this consumer we are actually using Spark. So Spark will we are using Spark to subscribe to subscribe to the topic and pull each of the data from the topic, and then store it in the Spark database temporarily before sending it to the SQL database. So this test consumer is for storing data into SQL database. As you can see, here the connection session is being set up. This is done through batch processing of Spark. Here in this SQL table array, we are storing the data, like pulling the data from channel 1 topic and storing it. And then here in this part, we are converting that data into JSON, and then we are cleaning this. In this portion, we are cleaning the data, and then we are storing into each of the string arrays every column. So as you remember that we stored the data into topics by each row, and so we have to, but we have we need to store the data column wise in the SQL database. So that's why I'm pulling up each of the data in the line and storing them as per to their corresponding column. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, and data is being stored column wise. Then we are sending this data into SQL Server. So here is the connection, JDBC Postgres, working at 5432, the port number, and the table name is user is Kaushik. The database name is also Kaushik. So I will show you. This is the Postgres. As you can see, there's a network table already created. the schema is being built up for the data to be stored. So as soon as I will run this command, this program, this code, it will start storing data into that database. So let us do this. Okay, I'll start the test consumer first, and then we will I'll start the runner for sending the data into the Kafka topic. So yeah, the stream processing has started. Okay, let's run runner. Okay, it's completed. All good. Now I can stop it. We will see if the data is being stored. Yes, as you can see, the data is being transferred and it's stored in the SQL database. Now it's time for the MongoDB. Here, pretty much the same thing. So we will subscribe to the same topic in Kafka, and we will pull the data from the topic and store it in the MongoDB server. As you can see here, this is the Spark session that is being connected to MongoDB to store the data. Test is the default database for MongoDB, and I have also created a table which is also named as test. Here, okay, so this is the temporary Spark database where it will store the data temporarily from pulling the data from topic channel 1 and subscribing to that topic. And this is the array for SQL table to be stored in Spark temporarily. So this is the part where Spark is pulling the data and storing it in its own table, and then it will send as row data set. It will send every row into MongoDB. So this was pretty simple. And the connection was also pretty easy and straightforward. It's working on port 2707 on the local machine. So yeah, and as we start the test consumer, yeah, there's been multiple attempts when I was trying to record this video, but I came across multiple issues, but now it seems to be okay. So here, as you can see, MongoDB has also been worked, and I will stop this and we'll go to Mongo. So the table name is test, it's not network. Here, as you can see, the data is being stored in MongoDB. And that's it. Thank you.